Nothing is stopping you but you. And sometimes you got to cut people off. That's what I was able to be my best, is to cut people off that's not helping me get to where I'm going at, or even being a distraction, or just negative people around. You need to cut them off. I don't care if you kin to them or whatever. You know, you're going to do whatever you got to do for the people you love. But at the same time, if they not on the same page with you, like, I don't want people just running with me no more. I want people pushing me.
Actor, man, I want to be an actor just like you. You know, usually people say stuff to me like that. I'm like, yeah, man, you know, you do it. Give them an encouraging word. But I was just sitting here thinking, and it dawned on me, 99% of people that say stuff like that are not willing to do what it takes to make their dreams come true. The Marines have a saying, everybody wants to go to heaven, but nobody wants to die. And that's just real. At the center of bringing any dream into fruition is self-discipline. You know, something as simple as food and eating. It's not about your body as much as it is about your mind. It's getting command of your mind to be able to choose actions that are in your own best interest. Every day, we are choosing shit that's not in our own best interest, right? So if the world is attacking you and the world wants to fight you and the world's trying to hold you down, so you're going to kick yourself in the balls? So you're going to stop yourself from getting what you dream. Self-discipline is the center of all material success. You cannot win the war against the world if you can't win the war against your own mind.
This is the most scientific and realistic way to become a one percenter. It starts with understanding why one percenters even exist and how they became that way. The 1% rule exists everywhere. There have been 12.5 million points scored in the history of the NBA and 4,400 players, but the top 50 players, 1% of the total, have scored 1.25 million, about 10%. It happens in nature too. The Amazon rainforest has 16,000 different tree species, but 227 hyperdominant species account for 50% of the total trees in the whole forest. So how do you become hyperdominant? Well, take a look at Michael Phelps' margin of victory. He's the most awarded Olympic swimmer ever with 23 gold medals, and he won by 0.04 and 0.01 seconds. Which proves you only have to be a little bit better to take home the big prize, because we live in a winner-takes-all world. So if you want to hang out courtside with these guys, you just have to be a little bit better every day, consistently, over an extended period of time.
Don't hate it. Be inspired by it. At school, the kids that I worried about when it came to exams and who would top the league tables weren't the rich kids. It was always the poor kids, because I knew the poor kids had the same hunger I did to come top of the class. Use that inspiration of poverty or anger or injustice, whatever it is, not to be sick of it, not to be depressed by it, not to have a foot on your head of it, but instead to be lifted up by it, to be inspired, to motivate you, and to dig deep and say, well, I will get to where I belong. And just because I started here doesn't mean I will finish here.
Aunque digan que soy un bandolero